Today we're going to be talking about how to graph using Vertex form and how to actually graph a parabola. So we talked about this in our earlier unit. We have y equals x squared. Here are the x's. You're going to plug in the x's and let's see what you get out for y. When you're done, come to problem number 2. Y is equal to 2x squared. Here are the x's I want you to plug in. You get out the y's, and then I want you to graph it. Hopefully this is what you got. So here's the next one. Go ahead and plug in these x values. See what you get out for y. Do the same for these x values and see what you get out for y. And then I want you to graph it. Notice how in the first one, the 3 is positive and our parabola is concave up. Notice here, the coefficient in front of the x squared term is negative, and this is reflected across the x-axis, and it is down. So here are our notes. Vertex form of a parabola. This is vertex form. So the axis of symmetry is a vertical line where x is equal to whatever h is. And the vertex and the point is h. It matches this h right here. It's actually going to be the opposite of what's in parentheses. A is going to determine if your graph is up or down. Y equals x squared. You go over 1 and up 1. Graph that point. Over 2 and up 2. Do it on both sides and you can graph that point. Now A in front of this will determine what happens to the output. So we're always going to multiply our up times whatever the number is in front of our x squared term. So with that in mind, and you still have that page of notes as we move on, we're going to write the equation of a parabola in vertex form. So here's vertex form. HK is the vertex. So here's the vertex on this graph. What is that point? It's 3, negative 2. So we're going to fill it in for our H and K. Well, the formula is x minus h. H is 3, so it's x minus 3. Always remember it's the opposite of your x value, and your y value, which is k, which is on the outside, is what it is. No changing on that. Now, does this graph open up or down? We got to check and see if A is positive. Well, this is up, so A is positive. We're going to do over and up, over and up, and we graphed another point on the graph. So we went over 2 and up 4. We went over 1 and up 1 and we're on the graph. Go the other way, over 1 and up 1 and we're on the graph right here. The next one, you always want to go over 2 and up 4. 2, 3, 4. Over 2, 1, 2, and up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is our model, over and up, to graph the points. Could you graph another way? Absolutely. So this function or graph is y equals the quantity x minus 3 squared minus 2. Let's take a look at the next one. What is the vertex here? Well, here's the location of the vertex. What's that point? It is negative 1, 2. Try to fill in for h and k and see what you get. H is negative 1. So x minus negative 1 actually is plus 1. And the y value, which is the k value, which is outside, is 2, which means I went up 2. Does it open up or down? It's down. If you go over 1 from the vertex, how much do you go down? Over 1 from the vertex, and how much do you go down? How about if you go over 2? Over 2. Okay, so here's our model, over and up. So over 1, up 1, over 1, down 1, over 2, up 2, or over 2, down 2. However, when we went over 1 and down 1, we would be right here. We're not on the graph. So we go over 1 and we keep going down until we touch the graph. 1, 2, 3. So here are over and up, which is over and down because this is facing down. We went down 3, so it's 1 times -3, so the output is -3. Okay, this over and up, so it's 4 times -3, so we would go down -12. So watch this, over 2, down 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, keep going until we hit it. So we determined that A is -3, so let's put it back into the equation. Y is equal to -3, in parentheses, x plus 1, quantity squared plus 2. So graphing parabolas in vertex form. So now we're going to do the opposite. First we were given a graph. We had to come up with the equation. Now you're given the equation and you're going to come up with the graph. So A, what is A in this case? -3 is what's in front. Since A is negative, the parabola will open down. What would the vertex be? Well, there's H and K. Opposite. So instead of -1 and 5, it's +1 and 5. Directions from the vertex. Directions from the vertex. Over and up. So we come over here to 1, 5. Okay. And we go over and up, over and up. However, A is -3. So we're going to multiply this by -3. 1 times -3 is equal to -3. So here we go. Over 1 and down, 1, 2, 3. Other way, over 1 and down, 1, 2, 3. Over 2 and down 12. Over 2 and down 12. Other direction from the vertex, over 2 and down 12. This axis is symmetry. It always matches your x value. So x is equal to 1. So this graph has a reflection line, splits right down the middle at x is equal to 1. Go ahead and connect our points. And here's the graph for y equals -3 times the quantity x minus 1 squared. Alrighty, I want you to do this one, and then once you finish this one, number 2, show it to your teacher. Okay. As we continue, let's see what we get. Is that what you got? Hopefully it is. All right, the last one, y is equal to -1/2, x plus 3, quantity squared, plus 4. I need you to figure out what A is. Since A is blank, the parabola will open blank. Put in the vertex, directions from the vertex, graph it, show it to your teacher, and then you're ready for the next assignment. Thank you for listening and being a participant.